off, and oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm running around. Grab a cup, join me. What's in the cup this morning? So there is a brand new board behind me. It's not behind me, it's over there. But brand new bracket board. And we already have a name on it because Annette picked a spot. So she took number 22. So there's already a name. Woohoo! Deb knows what's in the cup, so we will let the game play out. Steve, guess you're not doing yard work this morning. I'll probably get interrupted by the dog because Dad's running around. He's going between farm to farm, bringing a load of hay up. So she will be wanting to run out in on the deck and see what he's doing, and then run back in, and I might have to open the door. But that's okay. We're going to work on the dress today. We're going to work on the basket, all those things. Absolutely. Hopefully the internet will be nice, right? Oh no, you hurt your back. Oh crap. I did remember to put all the names in to the wheel. So I have, let's see, 16 of you are doing the make along. So let's make it light, brighter, less bright. I always forget to do that first. Less bright means you can see it better. There we go. Okay. So this is make along. It is make along number 40. It is for a dress set. So there is 2 more pieces to it. We should be able to just about finish the dress today, I think. We'll find out. I think so. And then we'll do a hat and a booties, shoes, and everybody that is making it and putting in their progress is in the wheel today. So there's 16 of you that have been putting your progress photos up. You get to pick a spot on the bracket board or something out of the basket. And that is fun for anybody. And nobody's on the board now except for Annette. So let's go ahead and find out who today's progress winner is. Good morning, everyone. Irene, you lucky girl. Irene got a new puppy. Yes, she did. So is Irene here this morning? She probably isn't. We'll just make a note of it, put it on the update, let her know that she won if she's not here this morning. Woohoo! Hi, Irene. And she can choose her bracket number when she can. I do have to tell you that I left early from work the other day and I drove around to where the new Joanne site is, and there was just a small that said come soon, and stop. Okay, now the big one is Joanne's, so that's changed, right? So I'm like, oh, maybe they're open. They said May, So went and got out of the car and to the people in the doorway. In fact, there were customers in the doorway right outside like you do in a mall area. And then there was a lady at a table right inside the door. So I'm like, oh, maybe they are open. No, they were not open. They were taking applications. And there was 2 workers that had come out to smoke, and they were telling me that they just finished the yarn wall, and it says it she said it was the huge one. And I'm like, oh, that means we are getting the big Joann's store. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So then they told me, did I apply? I told my coworker that I did put it in the application. He's like, good idea. I'm like, no, I didn't. So anyway, they said that it would be open at the end of the month. So I'm excited about that. So I had to go back across the street to Michael's for a few minutes and see if there was anything, maybe. And while I was looking at the empty shelves, one of the workers from Michael's came over and she says to me, "Are you finding everything you need?" And I said, "There's empty shelves." And she goes, "Yeah, I don't know why." I said, "Well, I'll tell you why." I said, "The only other store in town is Joann's, and they have been clearancing at the old store. They started with the yarn, and so there's no yarn in it. Hasn't been for like 2 months. And in the new store, they're not open yet. So that's why you don't have any yarn in Michael's, because there's nowhere else to buy it." Exactly. Victoria's nailed it. We'd be broke. We'd spend all our earnings in the store. You think so, Steve? Yeah, there probably are. She said the end of the month. So yeah, I don't know, that summer is, that big, but they have a huge section that they already had in the old store for fabrics. So they probably are doing that. And I'm wondering if they have classes and stuff that they already had classes. I've never signed up for it, but chances are they're going to have more classes, a better way of doing it away from all the noise of the store. Because the one they had now is open. There's no walls, because I saw a table over there, and I think that's where they teach. Nobody got the coffee yet? Okay. All right. All right. So we'll move on to the dress. Now, you should have your, I'm going to show you the back first. You should have your skirt done, and if you don't, that's fine. This is my back. My skirt is finished. I did my dark color throughout the whole entire bottom ruffle. And I got to let the dog in. So I will give you a second to guess that coffee. I'll be right back. Let the dog in. You need to settle down. Go lay down now. Go lay down. No. Go lay down. Yeah, she's all confused. She likes it when Dad is in the house with her if he's home, right? Okay, so she wants to see. My picots are just, all right, so how do we show that? My picots are just a chain 4. See? They go on the big side. I didn't do a regular picot. It's just a chain. All right. Okay, so what I did, I did one of the sleeves for today, just to have the trial run. Now I did 3 different choice sleeves, ripped them all out. This one is the one I'm sticking to. So that is my sleeve. This is 4 rows. I did 2 rows with the very light color. I did one row with my variegated and one row with the dark. So that's how I'm going to do the sleeve. It's 4 rows. You can gather around your equipment and decide if you want to do the same as I did. And I used the lower size, so I used the F. It does bring the sleeve in just a little, but it's still going to be poofy because it's a poofy dress. And that's what I want to tell you. So we'll do the other sleeve together. And I did add a daisy in the middle of my yoke. I wanted to do the other sleeve and I couldn't because I wanted to be on the live. So I'm like, what else can I do? And I said, well, I'll pick out something. So I picked out a daisy. Now these daisies were sent to me a couple years ago by one of you, and she has been here a couple times lately. She might be here today. So you won't be able to, I don't think you can find these anywhere, but they're like almost silk. And I just sewed around the closest to the inside and left the edges of it just a little bit open. But I think that it's like less is more. Yeah, that's why I like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the smaller hook, whatever you're using. If you were using a H to begin with, then you would go down, go back to your H. If you were doing a bigger size. So the first thing is to make a single crochet at the armhole opening. And then you're going to chain 3 and you're going to single crochet into the first double that you come to. Show you what? Show you what? What am I showing you? The sleeve? The daisy? What am I showing her? Oh my. You guys forget that I don't watch the chat constantly. Oh, okay. All right. So at the bottom of your armhole, it's right there. It's going to be the dark color because we ended the sleeve with the dark color. So your single crochet is going to go right in to the middle of that armhole at the bottom right there. Is that good? All right. Single crochet into the middle opening at the armhole. And you're on the right side of your work, the outside of your work. So then you're going to chain 3 and you're going to skip to the very first double crochet. And then you're going to chain 3, skip 2, chain 3, skip 2, all the way around that armhole space. So that's all you're going to do is single crochet, chain 3, and skip 2. All right, Shara. So all we did was we took and found our space underneath the armhole, single crochet into that space, chain 3, find the first double crochet and single crochet in that, chain 3, skip 2, single crochet in the next, chain 3, skip 2, single crochet in the next. You got that, Frida? So this is how it'll look. It'll have chains, skip 2, single crochet, chain 3, skip 2. Yep, you got more. You got 3 chains and okay. All right. And then at the end of the row, you'll have 16 chain 3 spaces. 16. I'm going back to the light color. So I'm using my marled, and I'm only going to use it for 2 rows. And then I'm going to change to my variegated for 1 row. And then I'm going to change to my dark for 1 row. So you need just a little bit. Yep, the light color, bodice color. Now, I know that Chera posted that her bodice and her dress was fitting her 3-year-old. Now, some children's chest area is very petite and delicate, and that's why their bodices a lot of times will not grow. Their area through the chest won't grow as their legs and arms grow because they are in those weird growth spurts, and sometimes that happens and then the rest of them doesn't fill out as quick. So I'm used to these chubby babies that are born in my family. They all have got extra flabby arms and stuff, and they can't put their arms in anything if I make it newborn. So I was looking for 0 to 3 months because I want her to wear it a little bit longer. So mine is going to be coming out more to the 3 months size. Anytime I see it go black, I stop talking as quickly as I can. Am I small? No, she's petite. She's beautiful and petite, and that's okay. However, I have been known to always buy Mrs. Pants and have to deal with the fact that everybody's regular sized jeans are always dragging on the ground for me. So we have to go and buy the Mrs. or the petite sizes. So I know that part. Oh dear. Well, that's kind of a downfall for doing things like this together. I guess we'll just go with it, right? Either that or we don't do it at all. And I don't know if you guys want to stop doing these, great. I will. I'll stop. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. All right. Has anybody finished that row? There are 16 chain 3 spaces at the end of that circle. We are going to join in the round. Okay. So if you finished that row, you will come around again to your first single crochet. And then you will slip stitch into that first single crochet to finish that round. Hi, everybody still coming in. Thank you, Jill. Well, our next one is going to be a real quick, bulky knit baby sweater. I already started I did it once, so now I will do again, and we'll do that together. A lot of times I'll do a pattern together with you all, and I haven't done it before, and that's what makes it really fun, because then I go into like, I don't like this, I'm gonna change it. But this little sweater I want to do next, so we will be planning on that here soon. But we do have to finish our basket today. So slip stitch into the first single crochet, and we're going to start round 2. We're going to slip stitch. Is everybody caught up? Yeah. I want to do that. I want to cast that on today. You know it. What you'll need for this is 1 skein of 5 bulky. I'm suggesting this gorgeous Charisma in the 5 bulky because it is so soft. But if you don't get the pastel or the white or the fleck, it tends to be a little bit stiffer. But this one is real soft. But you can use any 5 bulky. In fact, the one, those big Barcelonas and stuff, they would work out well with this. And then the other thing you will need for that is 7mm, and these you can use straight needles because we're not ever working in the round. We will be doing that whole entire sweater flat. So the reason why I'm showing you this is a 7mm, and it is 60 inches. So I can work flat with this, no problem. And it's the size and the wood or bamboo, and I like to use that in the bulky 5. So that's why I'm using that. But any 7mm will work. Okay, so I'm going to give you row number 2 now. Slip stitch to the first chain 3 space. When you finish row 1, slip stitch to your first single, and then slip stitch to your first chain 3 space. In the chain 3 space, we're going to do a cluster of 5 double crochets. So what I did was I chained 1 and then did 5 double crochets in the first chain 3 space. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jill. It would be nice. This is the skein that I used for the first one, and I only used like 3/4 of it, and it says on it 100 grams, 109 yards. So I'm guessing about 80 yards is all we're going to need. Oh, dropped my needle. Oh. I always call crochet hooks needles. I always have. I don't know why. Okay, so back to round two. You're going to start working in the first chain three space. You want to slip stitch to that. In the first chain three, we're going to do 5 doubles. I can I can I can weigh it, but not on camera. I'll have to do it a different day. Um, the scale isn't even in this room. Do chain 1 and 5 doubles in the first chain 3 space. Then skip over to the next chain 3 space and put a single crochet. Shoot. Did I mess that up? No. No, it's fine. Repeat that around. So you will put 5 doubles, no chains in between. 5 doubles in the first or in the next chain 3 space, and then single crochet in the next chain 3 space. So all the way around the sleeve, you will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, you'll have 8 of each. There's 16 chain 3 spaces, so you should have 8 single crochets and 8 of these 5 double clusters. And it doesn't matter where you end or start because it's just going to be cut. The yarn is going to be cut, and then you're going to change color. You are whiny, whiny, whiny today, Miss Izzy. Yes, you are. As soon as you get around, you will end up cutting that color. So it does not matter where you start or where you end. Cher's got an orange juice can there. Says concentrate. Okay, while you're catching up, or those who are not making the dress, I'm going to ask Miss Deb to mark the chat at this point, and we're going to do a bracket draw. If you don't want a bracket spot, which I can't imagine you don't, you could pick something out of this basket. This basket has random bags in it. They are not, and like anything huge, but they are gifts from me that I have wrapped up, and they're all been ongoing. So you want a bracket number. All the bracket numbers are available right now except for number 22. And then Deb will mark the chat back again and go and pick a winner for us. You have to have a United States address to play in any of the games. And if you don't have one, but you know someone in the United States that you want to gift your winnings to, then you are allowed to play. I am finishing up my second row, and I'm weaving in my ends as I go because that's the way I do things. I hate to do it at the end when you have 15 of them hanging around and have to do them all at the end. I do have a pattern picked out for my May hats, and more hats. And in just a little while, I'm going to talk about that and share that with you. Not yet. A little early. All right, Deb went and marked the chat, so it shouldn't be long now. All right. When I get done with today's live, I'm not going to be able to run right over to the Facebook page and update and do the sleeves and stuff on there because I have to meet someone at 11:30 ish. Yep. I always do my ends as I go. It also I do them if I'm happy with whatever's going on. As soon as I see that is working out and the row looks like it's good, I go back for a second and I weave in the ends. Or when I finish a section, as soon as I see that it's fine, I weave in the ends. I have been known, though, to weave in my ends and then have to go unweave them. And I guess I'm pretty good at hiding them from myself, even. Okay, so I'm going to ask now how many of you have row 2 done? I know a couple of you are waiting till the end. So I will first let you know that Mrs. C has won the bracket and basket game. So we will ask Mrs. C what she would like. And by that time, we should be caught up. You're going to cut your yarn at the end of that row and start using the variegated for one row. If you were following me, if you were doing 2 colors, you might want to do 2 rows of the one color and then 2 rows of the last color. But the end row will be the smallest row, and it'll look like little flowers all the way around your sleeve. So Mrs. C, what would you like? Did she tell us? I'm almost guessing that Deb might have told us. There's a chance. Does she want a bracket spot or something out of the basket? Once number up, put number 3 down, and we will start on row 3 just as quickly as we can. Now, Mrs. C and Annette are the only ones that have a spot so far. How this is working is that when you have a spot, when a roll-off is generated, I will go ahead and do the roll-off right away. So that way, whoever loses in the roll-off can start playing games to get back on the board is immediately after they have lost, they can start playing again. Hey, you're loud. Okay, row number 3. With your variegated yarn, you're going to find the middle of one of your 5 double crochet groupings and slip stitch to join in one of the 5, and it'll be the middle one. So right smack dab in the middle of your grouping, like so, anywhere in that circle, you're going to slip stitch and start with a chain 1. Yes, Bev, coming home from the cruise. So at that point, you will do 5 double crochets in that same double crochet. So you will do you're going to do a grouping of 5 on top of the grouping of 5 with your variegated. And that's all that you do. You just double crochet 5 into the same middle double crochet. It was easy. Then you're going to skip over to the second or the next 5 double crochet grouping, and you're going to do 5 double crochets in that middle. So you're going to end up with 8 of these groupings on here. No chains in between. You're trying to decrease by changing what you're doing, and that is exactly how that works. It does decrease the size of the arm opening by what we're doing. So you will end up with 8 of these groupings of 5 shell spaces. Sometimes I call things bobbles, sometimes I call things shells. And I'm sorry that I use different wordings, but no one thing is a bobble. No one thing is a grouping. It's all going to be based on what we decide is a bobble today. Like you might do a bobble that's 7 or 8 wraps and then go through all. You might do a bobble a different day that has 3 wraps, but it's still called a bobble. However, it's all broken down into what you chose to be a bobble today, or what you chose to be a V-stitch, because even V-stitches might be 2 and a chain 3 and 2 doubles or something like that. So I was just trying to explain myself about that when I worded it in the writing. So 5 doubles in each of the middle doubles of your previous row, and that'll be chain. Yeah, that'll be row 3. Got quite a bit left of this color, and whatever's left I might put into my Navajo blanket. Sometimes I will put 3s on it and 5s on it. Most of the body of my Navajo blanket, which is the scraps, is 4s, but sometimes I'll do a 3 because some 4s are really light, you know. Date night. Ooh. Okay. I'm getting right around here to the last grouping of 5. And when you get all the way around, you're going to slip stitch into your first double crochet of your first grouping and then cut your yarn again. Go ahead and weave in your ends while we're waiting, talking, that kind of thing. So you don't have to do it later. If you are using 2 colors, you might not want to end yet. You might have done 2 rows in your first color and now 2 rows in your second color. Nobody has gotten this coffee yet? Really, Steve? Really? You didn't get it yet? Do you remember? Okay, I'll give everybody a hint. Do you remember me buying a new box of coffees? Well, the hint is that box was all cookie flavors. Cookie flavors are what's in that box. And I got to tell you, if I were to have to say my favorite cookie, I would have to say that this coffee is the name of my favorite cookie. Yes, it is. But I don't know if I want to say it's my favorite coffee flavor because I don't know. All right. We're going to start with row number 4 in just a minute. I'm going to pick up my dark color, which they're getting tangled, by the way, sitting over here. Okay. Oh, yeah, snickerdoodles are good. They are. But that's not it. Okay, see that chair is back. All right, so now we're going to start with the dark color. And we're just going to make these groupings. And you're going to position yourself in the middle double crochet of the grouping from the row before. And we're going to do a, well, they call it a bobble, and so I will call it a bobble. Oh, you're sitting in the parking lot. Okay. Wow. What did I do? I had this all out and it was fine, and now it's not. It was, what a wreck. Oh no. I just, you know, you have to watch with this Sweet Delight because it will wrap around itself and not. And I just did that with the variegated being in the way. Whew. Okay, think I got it. I got it. Get over there. Stay over there. You stay over here. Pizzelle. What in the heck is a pizzelle? I don't know. I have to look that up, what a pizzelle is. We're going to be doing the trim on the neck today. It should be fairly easy. I will just give you the what's up, and then you can do it off camera. So we're going to go to the last row of the sleeve, and I'm going to give you that. So slip stitch your dark color into any of the groupings of the middle double crochet and chain 2 this time. We're going to act like we're going to do 2 double crochets, but when you get to the last follow through, you're going to leave it on the hook. So we're going to start a double, chain over, and draw over or whatever, wrap, draw 1 loop up, and when you have 2 on your hook, you will stop and start the second double, draw through 2, and then you'll have 3 chains on your hook, and you will chain over, draw through all 3, and that will look like a bobble like that. And then in between, you will be chaining 4. So let's go over that again. In the middle grouping, pick your middle double crochet and start to do 3 doubles, and then don't finish the last draw through. Leave it on the hook. So then this time you'll end up with 4 on your hook, and then draw through all 4. How's that explanation going for you? Chain 4 in between, do another bobble in the middle of that next grouping. We did the bobbles down at the bottom part of the dress exactly this way at one point. I'm going to have to give you guys the coffee flavor today. Yeah. I didn't say anything during that. I saw it was black. Wow, that's how well that Miss Jill knows me. I hate vanilla anything. I hate and I got it. My mother used to think that homemade cheesecake was the bomb, and she'd always put it out, and sometimes nothing else, just this homemade cheesecake. And I knew she had put either anise or anisette or something in it that made it taste lemony. And I'm like, Grandma, I don't like that. Why not? It's the best. I said, I don't like lemon. Oh, I didn't put lemon in it. Yeah? Really? So I wouldn't eat it. So, but she always made me other cookies that she only made for me and then send them home with me. So it didn't matter. I didn't mind that the cheesecake had lemon in it. I just didn't eat it. Well, since my grandmother has passed, my mother has taken up the same exact thing. She thinks that this cheesecake of my grandmother's is the best thing ever, and she keeps making it. And I'm like, Ma, it's vanilla. It's you. And she's like, why? You don't like vanilla? I'm like, no. So vanilla creamer will never be on the channel. Just giving you a heads up. I'm doing my last bobble in my last grouping. And we are coming around. I will be doing a chain 4 and then slip stitching into the top of the first bobble. And then cut your work and weave in those ends while we're sitting waiting for everybody to catch up and to figure out what kind of coffee flavor it is. I'm going to ask Deb to please mark the chat. We're going to do Make Me a Yarn Deal. If you have not played Make a Yarn Deal with Christi in my closet, where have you been? How it works is my moderator and really good friend, Deb, marks the chat. She takes care of all the drawings here. Thank her very much for all her help. She would like you to write down your favorite color and your favorite weight of yarn or what you want to try and win today. When she draws a winner, I will go and search Christi's closet for something that matches those parameters. And then we'll make a yarn deal. So go ahead and comment now. Do have to have United States address to play. And within a few days, you'll get your winnings. If you win something, I usually I usually go to the post office either Monday or Tuesday of every week and send out all the winnings. If you ever want to help me out with any shipping, you can buy me a coffee. That's awesome. Thank you very much. But other than that, this channel's free. It will continue to stay free because I just like doing stuff with everybody. And I do have a full-time job, so I cannot commit and dedicate all my time to the channel. So that's where the gaps come in. My husband and I own a bowling pro shop, and we're there seasonally constantly in the season, and now it's off season, so won't be there every day. Woo! Okay, I'm going to show you my 2 sleeves now. So those sleeves are finished. And I added on one of these little daisies that I have in the bag. Now, if you are doing the dress and you end up winning something from me and you want one of these daisies, let me know in your comments when you claim your prize, because all prizes need to be claimed every week. I don't want to try and guess someone's address. It's happened before where stuff was coming back to me. I'd pay for it and it was coming back to me because I had one number wrong or something. So therefore, I would just like to see. No, I didn't go down a hook size. I started with my smaller hook size, my F to begin with. So every row went down automatically because you weren't using the same amount of stitches. You went from 16 chains to only 8. And that's why it goes down. So that's the end of the sleeves. I won't have the pattern for the sleeves added to the updated post until afternoon today. We are going out to dinner later tonight for my husband's birthday. His birthday was in April. We never got around to it because of those tournaments we had. So we're going out tonight. So if you don't see an update until later or tomorrow, don't be surprised at that. Okay, so we will be doing the next part right here on the yoke, the trim, in just a few minutes. We're going to do that too. So Deb has 23 entries. Okay, while Deb is doing that, and I'm going to introduce the yarn for the month. This yarn is a Brava worsted. This is my hats, and more hats choice for May. This is from Knit Picks, and this is the speckle. So this is called it's called Brava worsted. It's 218 yards, and the colorway is called Cherry Speckle. It is a 4 medium weight, very plump, 100% acrylic, premium acrylic. So this is the yarn that you will win if you are the winner of May hats, and more hats. And I have a pink heart stitch marker for that. Yeah, it'll be fine. You do one of those sleeves, takes you 5 or 10 minutes to do a sleeve, and tell me and show me. I'm sure that it's going to be fine. I'm just adding all kinds of colors this way because that's what I want to do. You don't have to. They have it as, okay. So the hat that I chose for this month is the waffle hat by Bag O' Day, Crystal at Bag O' Day. And there's the link right there if you want to do it too. So we have been doing the hats online together, and I chose to start mine. I started with a chain of 60 in the medium, 4 medium with an eye hook. She uses a J. She's also using a very thin 4, a very lightweight 4 in her photo or in her tutorial. So that's going to make a bigger hat if you use a J and a heavier 4. Okay. So Knit Picks is where this yarn is, Brava worsted. And I started with an eye hook and chain of 60, slip stitch to join in the round, and then start right away with a single crochet in every chain. And then the next, you'll join at the end of round 1, you will join in your single crochet. And then the next round will be a double crochet round. And then you will follow the waffle pattern from there out. Rows 3 and row 4 are repeated. So there's how it's coming along. I sat yesterday watching the Kentucky Derby working on this waffle hat. So it's absolutely the easiest. You can do it while you're watching TV. And she says to do it about 8 inches. So there's how far I am. And the speckle is coming out wonderful. And you can still see the waffle. So I think it was a good choice. We have a winner in our Let's Make a Yarn Deal. It is Stephanie. Now, I don't know Stephanie. She hasn't won before. So let's see. What yarn did Stephanie pick? A 4 to 6 weight, your choice of color. Ooh. Granny D wore her derby hat yesterday in her live. I missed it. That's awesome. My horse didn't win. My horse came in, my first choice horse came in third. He came from the back. If there was another half a foot, I swear he probably would have won. But that's okay because Mage, yeah. He won and he was owned by 382 people and a syndicate. So that is awesome. All right, 4 to 6, any color. I'm going to go look for some yarn for Stephanie and we'll do, let's make a yarn deal. I will be right back. 4 to 6. Let's see what we got. Any color. Okay. Aha. What is this? No, that's not what I thought it was. Ooh. I think I want to find something for her to make the knitted sweater with. I wonder if I have. Yeah. Pastel colors is what you really want, right? Mm. This is an easy one when I get to pick whatever I want. Eh. Mm. Might have to come around in the other direction, on the other side of the room. I want something really soft, and not all colors are soft. Some colors are a little bit coarser feeling to me. Yeah, what is this? What is this? That's a 4. I'm going to try this one. All she can say is no, right? Yep. I'm going to try this one on her. Hopefully, we'll have some. See, bye, whoever's leaving. Hopefully, we'll have some smile mail smarkers left because I'll tell you what, we went through them really fast. So this time, there is one smile left in here. Yep. Okay. Let's try it. Okay, so Miss Stephanie, I'm going to show you the yarn I picked out for you. This is called Stitch Studio by Nicole. It's really, really soft. This is called Bamboo. It is a number 3 light. It has 40% rayon from bamboo, 60% acrylic, and it has 196 yards in the skein. And this one is called Raspberry Ripple. You can see there are stripes in it. I'm going to add on a stitch marker that I made with a smiley face. This one is a slight yellow. There's the smiley face over here. Yeah, of course it is. Let's see if I can do this. Do it this way. There you go. So what do you think, Stephanie? You want to get some yarn that's discontinued from Stitch Studio by Nicole, or would you rather trade it in for something out of the basket or a spot on the bracket board? Let me know so I know what you want to do. And that is, let's make a yarn deal today. While Stephanie is making up her mind, let's take our small hook again. This is an F for me. Whatever hook you were using for your sleeves, you will use now. You will start with your light color. I want to do one row with my light color, and that row will be the foundation row around the neck opening. So you're going to start, if you hold the dress up like this, the first spot at the bottom on the left of you is going to be where you're going to make your slip stitch. Stephanie likes it. I guess she will need to send me a message to claim her prize because I don't know her address. And even if I did, you still have to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and find the very first single crochet or whatever at the edge of my work. I don't want to go down into the very bottom. I want to grab the first. All right, let's see. It's not really that hard. Just find the very first place at the bottom of your dress on the back. And just put a slip stitch there. And then we will chain one. Or you can just start with a single crochet right in that very bottom. You're going to single crochet all the way up to the top of your shoulder where it opens. Just place evenly stitches. It doesn't matter as long as we don't do a zillion on one side and not a half a zillion on the other. As long as we pretty much even them up, put a single crochet in the spaces. Now, where I got to the dark color, I put 3. So that's about how far evenly spaced I'm doing. Each double crochet row should have 2, and each single crochet row should have 1 on the side to evenly space them out. Approximately. When you get up to the corner at the very top, I'm not there yet, but when you get there, you're going to put 3 single crochets into what you decide is your corner. And sometimes it looks a little tricky. So do it once and see if it looks right. It should be the very first single crochet of that row, which will be your chain row. And mine came out the first time I got there, and this is what it looks like. I went up here, and if you want, I will count them, but it's not important of the amount. Just 3 singles in the corner at the top, and then turn to the side and work along the back. Now, some people are going to be saying this is their front of their work, which it could be. If you want to put your ribbon and your buttons all on the same side, you could have this be your front of your work. but I chose to do mine on this side as my front. So I'm working on my back now. So the shoulder part is where we're going to be soon. We're going to put one single in every chain across the top. And when we get to the end of that, I am going to put one in the bottom. I am not going to increase there. I'm just going to keep going with one all the way around and smooth out that corner a little bit by not putting any extras in. Just put one all the way. Now, Deb says she has to leave, correct? So Deb is going to leave for the day. If she is still here and she wants to run one last bracket spot, then let's do it now while we're doing this row. And then we'll let Deb leave. I'm going to stay, finish off this trim, and then we're going to go to the basket and work on that for a minute. So after, Deb might have already left. Okay. Yep. Deb left. So what we'll do is, did she mark the chat? No, she left. I think she left. If you don't see a mark from Deb, then she's not doing it. Okay. The time got away from me. I knew she was going to leave today, and I should have looked at the time quicker to get that last draw in. But that's okay. You're going to keep going across the front of your work with a single crochet all the way across. You're doing a setup row. Keep going across. One single in every chain presented to you until you get all the way around the sleeve, the front of your work, all the way around, and do 3 singles in the other corner. Steve says I should just give a bracket to Deb and let her pick when she sees it on the update, on the weekly update. I can tag her and say that she won the bracket today. All right, do 3 singles in the corner space again, and then start working back down the other side with 1 single crochet in the single crochet rows and 2 in the double crochet rows on the side until it looks as though they match. Now, if you want to count them, you can. Go back to your other side and count how many singles that you put on the side and count them and try to make it exactly even. I will do that, Steve. I will tag Deb in the update and tell her that she won a spot on the bracket board. How's that? Yeah, I will. Put 3 singles over your dark color section, which is your belt section, and then put, what is it, 1, I think I got 4, 1, 2, 3 more down, and then I am going to cut my yarn. And I'm going to end that color. That was the light color. Yes, she does. She's always here for us. Yes, you're right. And then I'm going to weave in my ends while you're trying to catch up. Now, the good part is about this is that you could stop crocheting, pick up the second color right now, and start your second row, because I'm going to go back to the other side where we started and do my next row. I'm not going to turn my work. That, like I said, a lot of the patterns I change how they finish, what I do, and stuff like that. I don't do exactly the way that they do it. So I'm going to go back to the beginning with my dark color. And I'm going to I'm going to make a single crochet into the first single crochet on the last row, the setup row. And then I'm just going to start again. Now this row won't be exactly the same. I'm going to do a little bit of a detailing in it. We're going to join at the same spot we were on the first row of this edging, and we're going to single crochet up the side to the corner space. So I'm using my dark color, and it's going to trim it out. I'm going to show you that as soon as I get to the top. I know I went a little fast, but the followers that I'm talking to are the 16 that are making this dress, and they are usually catching up or watching the replay. So at this point, this is how much you will have done all the way around with the all the way around the same dark buffer. I do anything. I didn't show anything. Then start your second color and do crochet the same spot down here all the way up to the top. Do 3 singles in the corner, and now we're going to work along the neckline. This is where I want to do a little picot. So at that point, finish your 3 singles, and then chain 3, and then go right into the next single crochet. Chain 3 again, and go into the next and single crochet. Chain 3 again, go into the next. If you think it looks too roughly, you can always skip one. I'm going to try it for a couple of minutes here and do 7, 8, 10 of them and see what it looks like. This is my trial and error that I do occasionally to, kind of make it look different, roughly. So when I get to the corner, I may skip one there. Doesn't matter. We're just trying to do a little ruffle on this neck edge to give it a little detail. So you're just going to chain 3 and single crochet in the next. This, like I said, gives it some dimension and some ruffle. So it's not so flat and plain. There's, all right, let me see. Can you see it? There is the start of the ruffle. And you see how it just gathers up nicely. I don't know. I didn't do it on the bottom part, just on the neck part. If you don't like it, just go ahead and do a flat single crochet all the way around to the other corner. And don't put the ruffling in. I think it's cute. I just hope I'm not going to play yarn chicken at the end. Well, because I need a little bit of this trim. Maybe in the future for the other hat and booties. I don't know. Haven't done it yet. Haven't decided. I know what pattern I'm using for this, that, and other, but how I embellish it is always as I go. And it's because when you have certain yarns, colorways, they don't all look, when you're going along, you're like, oh, that needs a daisy. I didn't know that until I got this far in the dress that I was going to put a daisy on there because I wanted to see what it looks like, So I'd ad-lib it. What did everybody leave? Oh my goodness. So when you get all the way around to that corner, and I'm not even halfway there yet, obviously, the back side or the last side, that's going to be where your buttons are going to go. So you don't want to just fill that in with single crochets. You're going to have 3 buttons back there. So you're going to have to make buttonholes for them. So far, I'm about halfway across the yoke. I'm going to show you again what this looks like in just a minute. I almost think that my company has arrived and I didn't want to cut this short. However, what we'll do is we will pick up the basket in the next show. We won't do the basket today. I know that some of you probably finished it already because it was the easy basket pattern. And we linked the pattern below. I think it's still linked below now too. So I'm going to leave you with the end of today's show by doing the button plaque. You're going to start at the top with a chain or a single crochet in the middle, single crochet, and you'll end up with 3 single crochets there. Then you're going to single crochet in the next. Then you're going to chain 2 and only skip 1. Then you will single crochet in the next 4. Then you would chain 2 and skip 1. Then you will single crochet in the next 4, chain 2 and skip 1. That'll give you 3 buttonholes across the back. Finish single crocheting all the way down to the end. Cut your yarn and weave in your ends, and you will be ready to embellish. You will put 3 buttonholes on the opposite side, or 3 buttons on the opposite side. Then you will put your ribbon through your middle section here, and you will be done except for adding on something on the front. So here is what it looks like with the little ruffle added. And I will show what mine looks like with the ribbon in the next addictions video. And that way you should be able to do this, finish this dress with those directions that I just gave. So I'm going to have to go take a moment out of each day and be creative. And the mysterious coffee was caramel pecan sandies. Now, pecan sandies, you guys, everybody's making them. You can get them in off brand. They are really good. So I will I will talk to you all later. Bye for now.